Hello, my name is Patricia Nyasuna and I work with Women of Uganda Network, WOUGNET, as a program officer under the Gender and ICT Policy Advocacy Program. And I'm also glad to be the project lead of Our Voices, Our Futures at WOUGNET. Today we are very excited that we have done an activity that enables artists as well as structurally silenced women share their experiences and then just have it drawn out in an art piece. Not only their experiences, but the experiences of the organizations with which they work.
My name is Fancy Sheila Aromarach. I coordinate the Shilo's community, a network of female students of law that have decided to take online engagement as a way to mentor each other into the legal fraternity.
My name is Kalonji Maureen. I'm a lady with a physical disability, representing Disabled Women in Development, an organization for young girls and women with disabilities.
My name is Semwanga Shakira, the Programs Manager at Organization for Gender Empowerment and Rights Advocacy, Ogera, Uganda. It's a female-led organization that mainly focuses on the legal and human rights of women in their different diversities.
Our intent was to create an environment that makes any woman. We made sure that the artists are female, and we are very happy to see that we could actually get very good female artists, and also the structurally silenced women, to have an environment that is really comfortable, a safe space to interact, to share their feelings, to share their struggles, to share their contributions.
You know, art is a way of communication, but now being used for a special group such as this, structurally silenced women, has, connotes elements of intentionality, and the fact that this message has to be seen and understood from all points of view, and not simply verbal or having, documents written here and there, but a way that most especially people can relate to, and that is art.
It's representing us, the silently structured women, in airing out our challenges and opportunities we face as women with disabilities.
We as structurally silenced women use colors as a symbol for the different diversified groups of women that we work with. So if a woman looks at a different color on a certain art piece, that is actually a way of how best we can communicate rather than actually writing things on paper, because we believe at the moment we are living in an era of a shrinking civic space, and we realize that organizing has actually become limited right now due to the different laws and policies that are actually hindering organizing both on and offline. So the best ways of how to actually do that, or how to be strategic in still doing our organizing, whether on ground, I believe using art as a channel of communication to the different women out there is a very good strategy.
So in this, we are very excited that it has come up. They have been able to create very nice art pieces, saying very nice stories, very different stories, capturing the souls of so many structurally silenced persons. And I am sure it's not just them and the way that they feel, but it is really a reflection of so many other women out there.
When I was working with the artist, at first we had that challenge, how are we going to put the challenge into the art formation? But again, with collective ideas, we came out with something. And since for her, she had that experience in drawing or painting, she was able to analyze the experience I shared with her. And this experience were representing all women and girls with disability. They were not my personal experience. So we had to make sure that these things put together and be represented on the chart or the drawing.
The art piece speaks something to do with voices of the voiceless. It's speaking for those who cannot even have the chance to have platforms like this to air out their different views and policies, or rather the cross-cutting challenges that we face as structurally silenced women in Uganda at the moment.
My experience is working with the artist was a very strong sisterhood, I must say. We even got to a certain point where we got to sharing even out of the art, like me describing the whole program, whole project, and the artists, making notes and trying to start sketching. We got into a different conversation of how is she as an artist contributing to society, and how am I as a lawyer also contributing to society in one way or another. So it was a very strong sisterhood kind of moment and experience, and I must say I loved it for the fact that I had a female artist take my story and and make amazing out of my story. And that for me was, I think WOUGNET did pick right, bringing artists that actually relate or get to understand. They are from like our point of view. And for me, that still comes back to having having people who represent people that they know the story of. So you can't definitely represent people you do not know. So having a female take our story as the Shiloh's community was very sound, and it was an experience I cannot trade for another moment, to have our story, put into art or any other form of communication. So it was lovely. Thank you to WOUGNET.
OVO, in brief, has actually been a very tremendous platform for we as structurally silenced women, because there has actually been meaningful involvement of every woman in their different diversities. Right from the inception of the project, you could realize that amongst the different platforms where we used to meet for organizing, you would see that each group has actually been represented. You would not see any element of stigma and discrimination on those different platforms where we used to sit. I remember during the time when they were carrying out the research, you would see that they would actually go to the grassroots to see that they get the views and opinions of the different structurally silenced women in their different diversities. So I believe it has really been a very innovative, tremendous platform for women to actually come together and discuss about issues that affect us as a whole, because we believe there is nothing about us without us. So this direct participation and meaningful involvement of us at all channels, at all movements, at all stages of the project implementation has really been eventful for us and very innovative. We've learned so much.
Our Voices, Our Future has been a wonderful project, especially to us girls and women with disability, because it has created awareness about the challenges we go through, and it has also created opportunities, because through this project I've met different people, different stakeholders. For example, people in the policymakers, whereby we had to air out our challenges so that they can be worked on, if need be, to be put in policies, these policies to be worked on. So I think this project has been so wonderful to us.
So the Our Voices, Our Future project came at the best time. They say, just like there's this saying of money is like a vista, it comes at the right time. I feel it's the same for Our Voices, Our Future, because then it gives us a safer space, a safer platform to even seek to ask, to question assertively and more daringly for the rights of women, especially when it comes to engaging in spaces online, the internet. And so that came at the very, the right time. We are happy to take the challenge from our dear artist and from WOUGNET. We are grateful. Thank you.